Last week, Eugen spoke of an adjustment we've made in our relationship together. In addition to what he said, we also realized later our days are so full that we realized in order to deepen our relationship and communicate adequately, we actually have to put on the calendar a number of times each week to meet and be together. So, times to share important things, but also times to refresh together and times to commune together. So that's one way we're adjusting the designs of our living. In our seminars, you have learned some ways which are actually adjusting the designs of your living. For example, creating a sanctuary in your room or home, doing morning and evening sanctification, times of blessing, times of attunement, and so forth. Does what you do inspire and energize you? Asking that question helps us see what needs adjusting. The family I grew up in loved to watch TV a lot. When I was 10 years old, I realized it was sapping my energy. So I stopped watching TV. Now, I wasn't conscious then of heaven's design, but instinctively I knew what increased my energy and what depleted it. So there are continually more adjustments yet to make in our living. More adjustments to the designs of our living, so that more life may be born in our experience. And these adjustments or changes must be done in a spirit that is true to who we are. And we need to utilize the principles of truth that we do understand, including the principle of agreement. No matter how important we may think something is, if we have to manipulate or compromise our true spirit to achieve it, it will never bring forth creative results. So I've actually found just that simple understanding so helpful in so many situations. Heaven gave us freedom to choose. What will you choose? The ways of fear and manipulation, or heaven's design? At the end of the documentary I mentioned, David Attenborough is actually walking through Chernobyl. You know that that's where a nuclear disaster was 34 years ago. Some of you are too young to have lived through it. Some of us definitely remember. Anyway, there is a city nearby, the Chernobyl nuclear reactor, and everyone had to evacuate. They thought they would be gone for just a few days, but they still have not returned. So there are empty buildings there that show the remnants of people's lives. But what was so surprising, in the years after that disaster, a vibrant forest has taken over the city. In the documentary, it shows green trees as tall as the apartment buildings. And you can hear birds chirping, even foxes roaming. And it's actually become a sanctuary for rare wild animals. So what David Attenborough says in closing the documentary is this: however grave our mistakes, nature will ultimately overcome them. The living world will endure. We humans cannot presume the same. To continue, we require more than intelligence. We require wisdom. What a blessing this documentary is. So there's nothing more trustworthy than heaven's design. I've had, I guess now, 47, almost 48 years to prove that. So I want to suggest that when you deeply realize that, it will give you the conviction to be able to make that commitment Eugen spoke about. To commit, to recommit as often as is necessary, regardless of whatever mistakes you make, commit again to express the vibrant life of truth. And through that, we change our world. I want to pick up on Diane Nim's questions about why we're in so much pain and that nature seems to be moving so naturally with heaven's design. Why aren't we? It relates to the title of my service, What Will You Choose? Actually, heaven gave us an enormous range of freedom of choice. Nature does not have that. So with that choice, the ability to choose, we can choose powerfully. I was really glad at Cheonim's realization that we don't have to participate in the power struggle, because as we choose heaven's design, heaven's power is with us. And also, Jung Sun-nim, thank you for your powerful comment about it wasn't Moses that parted the Red Sea, he simply listened. So as we listen, we can make a true choice. And also, it connects us with a wisdom that is far, far beyond what we as human beings could possibly have. So many times in my years of living, I have found as I truly listened and followed heaven's guidance, later I discovered why that was so powerful. Heaven is all around us, seeking in every way possible to guide us to the wisest choice. And even the pain that we sometimes experience actually helps us choose truly and learn, so we can be more helpful to others. So, if all of us on this Zoom call today, in our daily lives, choose heaven's design, that's powerful. It's actually more powerful than those who are struggling to retain their power. And if you slip up and realize, oh, I didn't really follow heaven's design in this, it's okay. As Eugen said last week, commit to recommit to do it now. Heaven understands it takes us some time to learn and grow. Yeah. So my love is with you, and thank you truly. It was so wonderful to have your faces here with me today.